breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. I'm going to give you the rundown because I just sat back and finally watched it about these 9 brothers that escaped from Louisiana. What it is the young brother, Antoine Massey's pop, big Antonio, used to run with Rabbit, who's Lil Wayne's father, and Lil Wayne was close to. So now Lil Wayne is being watched and investigated to see if he's facilitating the escape of Antoine Massey. Now, if you don't know who he is, I'm going to show you, right? That's Antoine Massey with the tattoos, and that's his pops next to him, right? So now Lil Wayne, the feds is facilitating this. So you need to watch this because then I'm going to play Instagram live that Antoine Massey did, pleading to the people that he's innocent and why he escaped. So you get a chance to hear why a man escaped from prison that feels that he was unjustly incarcerated. And I'm going to break that down for you. So sit back, make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. It's on the screen. Let's keep it popping. All right. All right, so this is the disclaimer. Let's keep it moving. We're going to get into Antoine Massey.
The day my pop, Reginald McDonald, the day he passed in 96, Stunner picked me up that same day. The same day. I got in the car, I had a little look on my face. He said his exact words was, "Look like you just lost your father. What's wrong?"
You been gone. I've been gone 14 summers, man. Yeah, but I ain't swum since 2006.
I heard what he said. He said he was gone 13 summers. He ain't swim since like 2010. So he's getting ready to jump in the pool. This is a man that his life was all turned upside down and he got his life together. And like I said, I'm going to play a video with him pleading his case.
Forward to 2019. He escaped from Morehouse Detention Center just outside of Monroe. He was caught the same day, but in Texas.
And guess who? Now, he done escaped before, and now here's the other one.
Who's right at the center of it? Antoine Massey, the same dude who broke out of jail and instantly hopped online to mock the police like it was a game. So what's the real tea here? It goes back generations. We're talking about some deep-rooted old head ties between Weezy's pops. Welcome to new viral drama, where the...
Pay attention to this now. That's Weezy's pops. That's Antoine Massey's pops. They're trying to draw the link that Antoine Massey and Lil Wayne is working together for Antoine Massey to stay on the run because of the ties held by Rabbit. Y'all following this? This is deep. See, I broke this down so y'all understand. I had to just take my time and really watch this because a few of y'all been asking for it. Let's keep it moving.
Industry's dirtiest secrets ain't safe no more. We're snatching them straight out of the vault and dropping them in your lap. Raw, loud, and uncut. Now, Lil Wayne, yeah, Weezy himself, better have his lawyer on standby, because word on the street is he's low-key tied to that wild prison escape out in New Orleans. Rabbit and Antoine's father, Big Twine. That ain't just some small-town coincidence. It's a connection that's got the feds raising eyebrows. Even if it's a stretch, they're sniffing around and might just drag Wayne in for some questioning. Let's get this straight. Lil Wayne ain't been hit with no charges, and he hasn't been named a suspect. But that hasn't stopped folks from throwing his name into the mix online and in the streets. And honestly, it ain't so far-fetched. Antoine Massey ain't no random face. If Big Twine and Rabbit really used to roll in the same New Orleans circles,
Big Twine and Rabbit, Lil Wayne's father, Rabbit, Big Twine, Antoine Massey's father.
You already know the feds are treating that as a serious lead. And here's what really turns up the heat. Wayne was crazy close with Rabbit. That was his OG. his rock. So now everybody's wondering, how much does Weezy really know? Wayne's always kept it real about how much his pops meant to him. He straight up said Rabbit was the reason he even became Lil Wayne. So if Rabbit and Big Twine, Antoine's father, were really locked in like that back in the day, folks are now asking just how deep those roots go and whether those street ties got passed down without anyone even noticing. Now let's be clear. Wayne and Antoine, they ain't known to be tight. No flicks, no DMS, no videos, nothing out there linking them directly. But we're talking New Orleans, baby. That city's history runs thick, and everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. So when Antoine busted out of prison and started clowning the cops on social media like it was a skit, all eyes turned straight to the industry side. And of course, Wayne's name starts swirling. Add to that his own messy past with the law. We ain't forget them gun charges.
Dennis with Assured Supervision Accountability Program, or ASAP, an electronic monitoring company, says Massey was a red flag from the start.
The drug case and that Rikers Island bid back in 2010. Even though he's been chilling lately and staying low key, the streets and the feds never forget. His name still hits like an alarm bell when things get hot. Now, this don't mean Wayne's guilty of anything. But when you're a megastar with deep family ties to the same blocks that birthed a fugitive like Antoine Massey, you bet law enforcement's gonna start poking around. That's just how it works. They don't need proof, just a reason to dig. And right now, they just might be warming up the shovel. At this point, nobody knows for sure if Weezy's gonna get that call from the feds. But with deep family links, a criminal history in his rear view, and his name ringing bells worldwide, Wayne ain't exactly out of the conversation. Let's break it down. This dude Massey is doing the most. He's got full-on chess pieces tattooed across his face and forehead. You'd think that'd make him stand out like a walking billboard, right? Nope. Somehow, this man dipped into thin air after busting out of a New Orleans jail on May 16th with 9 other inmates. And guess what? Almost 2 weeks later, he's still gone. Only 2 of them haven't been caught. Massey and another dude named Derrick Groves. Both of them facing second-degree murder charges. That's not light work. Cops are in full manhunt mode. Groves is known to be a violent threat, charged with straight-up murder and manslaughter. But Massey, he's got people calling him the Houdini of Louisiana. No joke. This dude's pulled off at least 5 escapes, and that's just the ones we know about. His first breakout, back when he was still in juvie. So yeah, if you thought this was some rookie criminal, think again. This man been ghosting systems since he was a kid. Back in 2019, Massey pulled off another wild one. Dude straight ran out of Morehouse Parish Jail with another inmate.
Photos show a dislodged toilet inside one of the cells and the words "too easy" scribbled above, pointing to a hole where the inmates are believed to have escaped.
Hopped in.
Yo, they wrote the words too easy. Like, yo, it was too easy for us to get out. Something ain't right here. Yeah, I mean, are y'all waiting on the other side to shoot us like, oh, yellow, taking us out back? You know, it was too easy. Let's keep it moving.
Into a rental car like it was some movie scene and vanished. Who plans a whole jailbreak with what looked like an Uber outside? This man's got real life GTA energy. Now fast forward to today, and law enforcement's convinced Massey masterminded this latest escape too. Word on the street is he had the whole playbook ready. We're talking hotel rooms already booked, food setups waiting, cash on standby, everything locked in. And here's the kicker. This man was running a Cash App hustle inside the jail. He wasn't just sitting around. He was out here building a mini criminal empire from behind bars. Well, the jail setup was a disaster waiting to happen. The locks were trash, broken down. Massey and crew spent 20 whole minutes jimmying a busted sliding door, slipping into another cell, and ripping a toilet sink combo off the wall. Behind it, a pipe chase with steel bars, and get this, they sliced through those bars with electric hair clippers. Let that sink in. Meanwhile, the maintenance guy, yep, Sterling Williams again, shut the water off so it wouldn't flood, then dipped. He claimed he was threatened with a shank, but come on. Add to that, the pod guard walked off to get food, and the civilian in charge of the security cameras was just gone. No eyes. Nobody batted an eye when the crew slid out into the loading dock, scaled the wall like it was a heist movie, tossed towels over the barbed wire, and sprinted across the I-10 like they were scoring a touchdown. And to
Yo, they had to get over barbed wire and everything. Ain't nobody saw them with all the cameras and technology that they have today.
make it even sneakier, some of these fools had the nerve to bolt the toilet back onto the wall before disappearing, like they were cleaning up the scene or something. In just a few days, they snatched up the bulk of the escapees. Lenton Van Buren Jr., Leo Tate Sr., Dick Keenan, Dennis, Gary Price, Robert Moody, Kendall Miles, Corey Boyd, and Jermaine Donald. One by one, they all got scooped up and dragged back to lockup. Sterling Williams, the jail worker who claimed he got threatened, is now facing 10 counts of being a principal to simple escape plus malfeasance in office. That's not light work.
State lawmaker calls on Sheriff Susan Hudson to step down after the jailbreak. Andres Fuentes reports the Attorney General would rather Hudson work through the investigation into this escape.
3 other jail employees got suspended without pay, and 1 more has already been booked. But it didn't stop at the inside. Outside the fence, things got dirtier. Cops arrested 5 friends and family members who were hiding the escapees. 2 women got charged as accessories after the fact, and 4 people linked to Van Buren got caught thinking a weekend hideout would be slick. Authorities are making it crystal clear. More insiders had to be in on this. Let's be real for a second. Ain't nobody slicing through steel bars with clippers, wrecking the plumbing, and strolling out a loading dock like it's lunchtime unless the whole place was already halfway unlocked. So, yeah, while that escape looked slick for a hot minute, the manhunt came in swinging and slapped all the shine off real quick. 8 of the 10 are already back in jumpsuits, locked down. The other 2 still out there. And everyone who so much as handed over a snack or a phone call, they're swapping selfies for mugshots. It's a full-on domino effect. And now everybody even slightly linked to this chaos got something to say. First up, Sheriff Susan Hudson. She runs Orleans Parish Jail, and she stepped up and said what most folks in her position would never admit. This one's on me. That's right, she owned it. She admitted the jail's been falling apart. Busted locks, thin staff, no resources. But she didn't stop there. She also hinted that this wasn't just about broken doors. It was about people on the inside opening them. Whether that means physically or behind the scenes, someone let this happen. Then you got DA Jason Williams, and he ain't pulling no punches either. He straight up said, 10 dangerous men don't just claw through concrete and barbed wire without some kind of help. But here's the thing. How do you ask for more money when the system you're running can't even keep people from busting out through a toilet? And while all this drama's unfolding, don't forget, Antoine Massey and Derrick Groves are still on the run. The state's now offering $20,000 rewards for each of them. That's how serious it's gotten. Officials already warned, if you're caught helping them, you're going down with them. No excuses, no passes.
Now, that's where we at, right? Now I'm going to play, right? Now I'm going to play Antoine Massey as a free man on the run. Let's say that, on the run, meaning wanted, will be on, he's probably on America's Most Wanted. But we're going to play his joint right now and let you see what he's dealing with that, right? So now, check out Antonio Massey. This is his message to you. So you listen to this, and I'm going to break it down what he's saying because I think this is real deep. For one reason is that Antonio Massey's father was Lil Wayne's father's right-hand man and Lil Wayne was close to the father, so that means he was close to the son while the fathers was alive, but the fathers lost their lives from the struggle of running the street. So now the children raised up and they went their separate ways because the mothers went the separate ways. The fathers was cool, but that don't mean the mothers was cool together. So once the fathers died, which was the glue that kept them together, they went separate ways with the mother and didn't even see each other. So Antonio Massey hasn't had a relationship with Lil Wayne. But the deep part about that, because I like to ride and take you deep into my mind. So I'm going to let you know how I'm viewing this. Right now, Antonio, listen, I'm not encouraging nothing. I'm just letting you know how it works on the street and how it's supposed to work on the street. Being that the two fathers was close together from back in the day, right? Their fathers died. The sons loved their father. They look up to their father, and their father ran with, looked up to, and respected each other's father. So on the strength of that, even though they separated, the feds know that Lil Wayne, by street code, is supposed to reach out by some means and tap little Antonio's hand. So that's why they're going to be watching Lil Wayne. Because at the end of the day, Lil Wayne loves his pops. I'm sure he knows how much, because we know now from watching the video how much Lil Wayne pops love little Antonio Massey's father. Oh, y'all follow me on this, or am I losing you? I'm just taking you into what's going on here. So that's why Lil Wayne is being watched, because of the love that Rabbit, Lil Wayne's father, had for, you know, Big and Tony. All right, let's keep it moving. Now, this is him speaking.
Massey, I'm one of the ones that was let out of the GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here and St. Tammany Parish. There's two different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protected order, right? On this.
Yo, before he go to show the papers, right? This how gangster this is. I don't think y'all know how gangster this is. And we need the intro. All right, and we need the outro.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
This is what we was led to believe, that it was a party and a toast to crime. This is where crime gets you. Here's a young man that was running wild, that was lost, that's now found his way. And he realized while he was trapped in the justice system, that the justice system sometimes don't work as promised to work. But everything is man-made, so you're going to have man-made issues. And he's speaking on one of the man-made issues that affects him and his case, and why he ran, because he feels he has all the evidence to show you that he's getting ready to show you right now, that shows that he's innocent of crime and he should not be locked up. But no one is listening. He don't even have a lawyer. He's pleading to everybody to help him. He's even asking for Meek Mill's, NBA Youngboy, Lil Wayne, and Donald Trump. This young man's back is against the wall from the choices he made, and we trying to prevent y'all from making those same choices. That's why I played the toast to crime, because you toast when you're doing good. But now this is what happened when the rabbit got the gun. And only way to prevent the rabbit from getting a gun is don't go out on the street and get in that jungle. Then you won't have to be hunted by the rabbit, and you won't have to worry about telling or anything else that y'all want to debate here. Now he's going to show you the paperwork. Let's get back to Antonio Massey. Like I said, this is playing out real life. This man is on the run, so y'all understand that. And the federal government and Louisiana and everybody's looking for this man. and he's on Instagram making a plea for his case. So you need to listen to this man, because right here on Unique Maker Audio, that's why I took my time to explain it and lead up to it, so you understand and take this as a tutorial so that the youth know that this can be you. You can be Antonio Massey on the run, escaping, trying to prove your innocence from Instagram, asking for Meek Mill's, NBA Youngboy, Lil Wayne, and even the Honorable Donald Trump to look into the Louisiana justice system. This is real content. Gunshots and a round of applause to Unique Maker Audio. All right. Relax. Before we go any further, let me give the rat bastards, flip-flop wearing in public trolls, 3 seconds to tap out. All right. Take that with you on the way out. Let's get back to Antonio Massey. Listen to a man pleading for his life and to have the Constitution applied to him.
This woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child. She's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in Centennial, right? And I was on a regular domestic charge, right? So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So that being said, is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish, the same woman here. It's not different females, it's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false. And she even saying it, you know, she let her know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her, nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother.
That right there is called mollifying. This young man is finding himself, and we can see that he's more mature than what we saw in the beginning of this video. But when you say that my mother was raising 4 children, my daddy was killed in front of me, no disrespect to the brother, but this is the tutorial, and that's called mollifying in psychology. That's justifying a wrong to make it right. With whatever your answer is called mollifying, justifying. He's justifying his actions. You was wrong for everything you did. From where I stand today as an adult, because I was wrong for everything I did, the drug selling, the shooting, everything else I was arrested for, and they, threw on me that I did. you have to claim responsibility in order to move forward. Like when you go to AA and NA and whatever A's and alphabets they want to use, you have to first say that little serenity, you know what I mean? That your name and that you got a problem, whether it's a drug problem, you know, it's a violent problem, it's a blood problem. You know, 'cause I know people that just like to see blood. You know what I mean? But let's get back to Antonio Massey. I want you to understand that this man is on the run. As they're looking for him, he's speaking to you live on Unique Mecca Audio. Pay attention to what he's saying and make sure you don't wind up in this situation by not getting involved in the street. Because if you ask him, and he'll say it himself when he gets caught, because it's inevitable that he will get caught or killed. That's the way it goes, just to give it to you 100. All right?
You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meat Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They say that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? If you can't come around me, you're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that in that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that. But that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why was I in Orleans Parish? Why was I even in jail?
Right there. Let me explain to you what Antonio Massey is saying in the street term. We might say it a little fast, so you might have to slow it down, or just speed up your listening to something, right? Bottom line, he's saying that he got paperwork showing that he's innocent. He's been trying to show to them there's no one to show it to. He don't even have a lawyer, no one to present this evidence to, and he's trapped behind the walls, and he's not supposed to be behind the walls. And he's such a warrior. And if he took this warriorism to a positive level, to a civilized nation level, he would have been a hell of a businessman, because he feels that he's unjustly incarcerated. So he removed himself from that incarceration to get to the social media to plead his case. Do you understand how powerful that is that this young man did? Imagine if he took that power and put it towards something positive. He feels he's innocent. He's showing you the paperwork. He's trapped behind the walls, can't get a lawyer, can't get no help. So he said, man, I got to get it to the media. So instead of him picking up the phone, calling somebody, say, hey, tell the media this, he said, I'm going to bust out and get to the media. That's a lion. Fighting for his life, trapped, back against the wall, not knowing which way he want to go or which way to turn. But let's get back to Antoine Massey.
That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't give me, St. Tammany gonna get me.
Hey, yo, hold up. You know, we just speak it how we hear it, right? Let's ride. Let's take this back, and maybe we could wake up some of our younger people with this. This sounds like he escaped from the plantation. They're out to get him. He's saying that everyone is corrupt on the plantation, and they're not even going under plantation rules. So he removed himself from that plantation, and now he's on the run. And now he's pleading to the people up north, which is the, you know, let's go.
You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her, they have a detective that's over the case that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And
you heard all that this young man did in the beginning, and now you see what a desperate young man looked like. So why would you enter into that jungle to be that wild young man that this young man was, to now turn into this when you could have just listened to Unique Maker Audio and prevented all of this and wouldn't have to go through this? Are y'all even paying attention to the words that are coming out of my mouth?
And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish and St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. There's a lot of corruption, killings, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up.
All right, let me break it down. Where Antonio Massey's going now is you got the Meek Mills that got the program yelling to get people out of jail and, you know, gangster rapper. You got NBA Youngboy that's, you know, going through all that, talking to gangster talk, to gangster rapping. Great rappers, love them to death. None of this is to disrespect them. But what he's saying, Lil Wayne that talk the gangster talk, all you rappers, you know, Young Thug, we're going to put all the names in it. You know what I mean? Everybody that rap, you know, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, all of y'all that talk this gangster talk, and that you live by the street code. He's letting you know that he's one of y'all that's asking for help for y'all now. Because what you rapping about, saying that you stand on and you sliding for your homies and getting caught up, you know, let's hope Lil Durk's situation work out right, you know, but, you know, he's reaching out to people like you guys. He's reaching out to his peers because y'all play that music, get him going, and you know what I mean? He's in his groove, and you talking his talk, you talking his language because you live in his life, per what you saying from your music, and he's saying now, I'm one of you. I need some help. This is what they're doing to me down here in Louisiana Parish, and this is what he's basically telling you rappers out there, and he's pleading to us subscribers and viewers and whatever you want to label yourselves as, that, yo, you know, I'm one of you. This is what they're doing to me down there. I'm bringing what's happening on the inside of that Louisiana system to you on the outside so you can see, just like how I tell you stories here at Unique Make Audio about how I was in ADX with Juan Ramon Mata. You know who Juan Ramon Mata is? Come on, man. But anyway, you know, I was there so I could tell you what's on the other side that you don't want to go to. And I'm telling you, you don't want to go there. And he's telling you, you ain't trying to get caught up in Louisiana because you ain't trying to go there because they're not playing fair. It's what he's saying. And he's showing you his paperwork, and this is his way of pleading to the people because the system is not listening or working for him. Now, why would you put yourself in this situation? Look at this young man pleading for his life right now. He's pleading to the rappers and entertainers and people that say that they're representing his world. And he's saying, now I'm caught up, I need your help. Do y'all understand what the words are coming out of my mouth? Let's ride.
They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that need to go under a federal investigation.
Pay attention.
What's going on? How they handling cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her, he never beat her, he was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman went did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking please for help. Young boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help.
Hey, yo, that's crazy, right? And that's how real this country has become, that our honorable president has been a victim of the justice system, the same as, you know, this young man. So it shows you from the top to the bottom, but that just means that it just has to be tweaked. It have to be worked, and it have to be, like they say, lady justices, blindfolded, where you don't see color, race, creed, or ghettos, you know? But, you know, it's a powerful moment that this young man is reaching out to the president, because the president seems to be the only one that's listening, that's in Washington, when it comes to what's going on all the way at the bottom. When I say all the way at the bottom, I mean the prison system. I'm not talking about on the street, because on the street, y'all got all types of views on the president. But when it comes to the prison system, Donald Trump is God in the prison system. Right now, Donald Trump is God, and I know it sounds blasphemy even saying it, but I'm just giving it to you from a desperate point of view, from a buried alive with life plus 20, from a buried alive with 6 life sentences, to that man right now. Donald Trump is like, you know, the greatest thing that ever risen on the planet Earth, because he released, you know, so many good men that's doing good things right now, like Unique Make Audio. So all the way on the bottom, Donald Trump is the greatest of all time. And up here, everybody's battling over what they like or what they don't like. No one is going to make everybody happy. So you have to take the good with the bad. That's the positive with the negative, the yin with the yang. You know what I mean? You got to go left and go right. You know, that's how your legs move. That's why you have 2 of them. So, man, this is a powerful moment for me. I don't know about for y'all, but here's a young man that had to go through all this to find his way. And we got 2. I'm going to break that down after this. Let him finish up.
You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all please to come help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world. I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route.
You see what I'm saying? It took this man this long, hard journey to understand that. This is a man that's on the most wanted. I just showed you the beginning of this video. And he's reaching out, talking to his peers, letting them know that, yo, I screwed up. This is not the route. And he's wanted by the FBI telling you this. He's wanted, and he's letting you know, I went to the other side. All you young NBA young boy rap listeners and Meek Mill rap listeners and Lil Wayne rap listeners and Young Thug rap listeners, he's talking to you, letting you know, I've been to the other side. The system is corrupt. This is what's going on. Don't come over here. Stay out of this. This is what this young man is finally telling you. Stay out of here. I know what they got for us over there. I've seen that. The blindfolds is taken off. That's what this young man is telling you. His blindfold is taken off, and he know it's real in the system. It ain't what the homies been coming out rapping about, saying how sweet it is. They ain't talking about how they going to jail and their daughter is 18 months. They come home, their daughter is now 27 years old, going on 28. You don't even know the woman standing in front of you. And then she's holding your granddaughter, which is her daughter. And a granddaughter, you're more relatable to the granddaughter than the woman that's holding the hand. I've been there. He's been there. And he's talking to you while he's on the run. I should be his lawyer in court. Oh, man. Because, I mean, I know what he's going through, man. I know what it feels like for him to find himself and to be able to see clearly what's going on.
That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made Sterling lie on me. Out of all the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So
Stop. Did y'all hear what he said? And I'm going to run that back. He said he's one of them that was let out. He never said broke out. He said he was let out. So a bigger story is coming out of this. And you heard it first here on Unique Make Audio. I'm going to run that back. He said he's one of them that was let out of Louisiana Parish Jail. Look.
They picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey.
Listen.
I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out.
See, he said he's one of the ones that was let out. He never said broke out. So y'all better pay attention when you come Unique Make Audio, man. I've kind of been just falling back because I don't know if y'all are really catching these jewels. This man said he was one of the ones that was let out. And that's why he wrote, or somebody wrote, it was too easy over the toilet that they broke out. Like, y'all, come on, dog. Y'all let us out. This is too easy. We already know what time it is. So they knew from the beginning that they was being set up, but they said, nah, I'm going to go out there anyway. And this young man said, I'm going to get to the media and let them know what time it is. Yo, this is a powerful joint, man. This is a powerful, powerful, powerful video.
Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son. That's
yo, right here. Yo, this right here hit my heart like a ton of bricks. He's reaching out to Lil Wayne, and he's hitting Lil Wayne with the ultimate street code that I told you about earlier, where he's telling him, look, Lil Wayne, this is Little Antoine, Big Antoine's son, and I'm reaching out to you for help. So he's letting me know, if you love your father like my father loved your father and vice versa, I'm asking you for help. Man, this is so powerful right now. Hold up. Hold up. Listen to this.
Please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne. Please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me, bro.
Damn. He had to get a moment of silence for that. This is a young man that ran the streets, was totally lost, got caught up in the justice system, and what it took 26 years for me to figure out and to get out. He did it in a matter of months, where he figured out that the system is all the way screwed up. And when they get you, it's easy to go in and hard as hell to get out. He's reminding Lil Wayne that, y'all, when your mama got married to Rabbit that you love, I was the ring boy. You know, if your daddy was here, you know your daddy would be here for me. I was the ring boy in your daddy's wedding with your mama. Yo, this is some real playing out in front of y'all, man. I don't know if y'all understand this. Y'all come, you scour YouTube and you look for foolery to, to deal with. But we don't do all that over here at Unique Mech Audio, man. I want to show you this picture. I wanted to break that down because that's the strongest part of this video to me with the two fathers. I'm trying to get this spot right here. All right. I want to get these two fathers in here and I'm going to take this out, right? I'm going to take this out. That's little, with my subscribe button. I got to get that out my man face, man. But I want to speak on this because this is some deep stuff going on right here. When you see two fathers was cool growing up, right? I wanted to get that out his way. Right? I want to put it where you can see it. You got these two fathers. They both get killed, become victim of the streets. And their children grew up separately because the mothers wasn't as close as the fathers was close. So the mothers went to different sides of town, different parishes, and they moved around and they lost contact. And now Rabbit's partner, Big Tone, son, is on the run. You put it in the comments. Do you feel that Lil Wayne should help him? I mean, legally, as far as get him a lawyer or whatever, once he's apprehended, that he himself admitted that he will be apprehended, And I wouldn't even put it past him if he turns himself in after he feels he's gotten his message out as much as he can on social media, because he's a very calculated young man. He wanted to get word to the media, so he got word to the media. You tell me that ain't gangster. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, man. Juanita Mech Audio. All right, this this hit me too hard. I gotta go.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours, so we can get back to the. Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Go.
fresh out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio.